Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope things are going well for you this first week back. This video is for B flat instruments only. B flat instruments only. So that involves, let's list them here quick. That's the clarinet, bass clarinet, the tenor sax, and trumpet. That would be your B flat instruments. If you are not one of those instruments, you're watching the wrong video. Go find the correct one. If you are one of those instruments, let's roll. Actually, I'm going to erase that so it's not in my way. Okay, so first things first, this is the F concert scale. So even though your first note isn't F, it is the F concert scale. So please write an F right there so we know which scale we're dealing with. You all are transposers, so you need to figure out what your first note is. So if I take the name of the scale, you always go 2 clicks counterclockwise, we call it, to find your first note. So I go this direction to find the first note. 2 clicks always for you people. So your first note is right here. So I've got figured out my first note. So writing the scale name down below here, I know my first note is G. I go in alphabetical order after that, but there's no H, so I start over. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I go to, so I end with the same letter that I started with. Okay, so now I have letter names. Now I need to figure out, do I have flats or sharps in this scale? So I'm gonna, oops, that's not my eraser. So flats or sharps, right here at the top of the circle is 0 flats and 0 sharps. If I go this direction, this is the first time this year we've gone this direction, I'm actually adding sharps. So you are going 1 step in that direction to this G right here. And if I go 1 step, that means it's 1 sharp. The order of the sharps is highlighted in green right here. That's the order of the sharps. It's always the same. So you always start with F. It goes F, C, G, D, A, E, B, like it says right here. So if I only have 1 sharp, it is that first one that is F. Sorry, I should have zoomed in. Okay, so 1 sharp is F. I go down here to my scale and I just added my F sharp right there on the 7th note, and that's my only sharp. So now I have all the letter names for this scale. It goes G through G with an F sharp. Okay, now, next page. This space up here, you can use this if you want. I know people are like, oh, I gotta draw. Like if I had 5 sharps, I could draw a sharp and then copy and paste this thing like you all know how to do. I don't think we really need to do that because there's only 1 sharp. So you can just ignore this part. Draw yourself a treble clef because you are all treble clef instruments. I go straight down like this, little loop on top, follow through to big loop on the bottom. If your treble clef is ugly, that's okay, and it's not the point of the assignment. Your key signature is just 1 sharp, and it does not go down here. It goes up on the top F sharp, on top F line, right up here. So notice the middle part of the sharp is on that top line for F. So that's my key signature, F sharp. Then we need to talk starting pitches for this scale. And let's see, I think for clarinets and trumpets and tenor sax, you're all gonna start right here. Clarinet, trumpet, tenor sax, you're gonna start here. For trumpets, that's gonna take you, I mean for all of you, it's gonna take you up to this high G here. For some of you trumpet players, that's a struggle, but a 9th grade trumpet player needs to be able to play this note. So this can be your project, is to work strength until I can get that note. You should be able to do that as a 9th grader. So we're gonna work that. Okay, so that's for everybody except for bass clarinet. And bass clarinet is gonna start on this low G down here. So you will just climb up to right there. Okay, so bass clarinet down here, everybody else start there. All right, and then finally on the 3rd page, we're gonna do, I have this scrawled in instruction here. You're gonna copy an image of a fingering chart off the internet or Schoology, and then paste it in here and highlight the notes of this scale. Sorry, it's early. So I'll show you real quick. You know how to do this, but I'll hit this plus up in the corner here. I'm gonna hit that, and sorry. First, let's get rid of this whole mess right here. Okay. And I don't have your fingering charts handy. I just have a French horn fingering chart handy, but I'll show you how it goes. So I'll hit that plus, go to photo library, and then I can literally just grab this fingering chart, throw it here. I grab, in the corner of that thing, there is a square, so I can just grab that square to stretch it out and make it nice and big, whatever size. And then you're just going to use your highlighter and highlight the notes of this scale in particular. So if I'm a trumpet player, the notes of this scale are like start on this G here. We just decided that's our starting pitch. The next note was A, the next note was B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then the G isn't on this because this is a French horn fingering chart. But I do that. Notice I'm skipping the notes highlighted in red because they weren't part of the, G sharp wasn't part of the letters that I listed. B flat wasn't one of the letters that I listed, so I didn't use those, okay? So that's your third page. I paste in a fingering chart and highlight the notes for this scale. So you've got all three of these pages done. I labeled F up here. What color should we use now? Purple. I labeled F up here. I wrote the letter names here. I drew a key signature here. I put my starting pitch here. And then I put my fingering chart and highlighted whatever the notes are for this scale for me. Here's my notes for the scale. Good luck with that. Let me know if you have questions. Hope you have a good day. Bye.